Good morning, my friends. Happy asynchronous day. You only have one this week, so that'll be fun. I'll be seeing you for the whole rest of the week, nice and long, for the whole day on 5 days. It'll be great. I wanted to talk to you in this video about our new mini unit. Well, what is a unit? First off, a unit is what teachers call a whole time that you're learning about one thing. So maybe you're doing a unit on addition games, right? And that's what we've been doing in math class. Or maybe you're doing a whole unit on animals, which we'll be doing in the spring. A mini unit is when you're doing that whole topic, but only for a little bit of time. So instead of a whole month talking about something, you might only talk about it for a few days, a week, or maybe even 2 weeks. The mini unit that we're going to be starting today is our fall mini unit. Because October is well on its way and we have already started the season of fall, I wanted to talk to you about 2 very important fall foods. You've definitely picked them before. Can you guess what the 2 are? They have a lot to do with fall. One especially has to do with Halloween. I'm talking about apples and pumpkins. Yay! Our fall mini unit is going to be about apples and pumpkins, and we'll learn about their life cycle, how they start as a seed and maybe end up as a fruit. We'll be reading stories about them. Today we'll read Max and Mo Go Apple Picking. And we'll be doing some activities on the computer, little matching activities like learning the parts of these 2 foods. This week, we're going to learn about apples, and next week, we'll learn about pumpkins. That way, we're all ready for the end of October when Halloween comes around, and then we can start talking about Thanksgiving. Gets me hungry just thinking about it. I wanted to talk to you today about how apples are important in culture. Culture is how people come together and they all, believe in things or have the same hobbies. So in our culture, we celebrate Halloween, right? And we might go trick-or-treating. That's part of our culture. That's what we do. Not everyone in the world has that in their culture. Another thing that we do with apples in our culture is we go apple picking. Let me show you a picture of apple picking. Here's some kids going apple picking. Some of you might bring a basket or you might need a wagon. But if you've ever gone apple picking, maybe a giant farm, you know that all these apples grow on a tree. They're the most popular fruit. People have baskets and barrels filled with apples of all different colors and tastes. That's one way that apples are really important with us. Not only do they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, which means apples can keep you healthy, they're also a fun activity that people like to do in the fall. Another very important thing that apples are known for in culture is apple pie. Do you like apple pie? Look at this. So the apples get cut up, mixed with spices like cinnamon, and eventually they get baked into a pie. If you were to cut open that pie, there'd be nice apple slices that were a little mushy. I'm not a fan of pie, but maybe you like it. Another way that I, at least, enjoy apples in my culture is caramel apples. Look at them. So you dip the apple in caramel, which is it's very chewy, but hard to chew, kind of like Laffy Taffy. And it hardens around the apple. And then you can dip it before it cools in little candies or coconut and nuts. Or look, they even have jimmies or sprinkles. That's another way that people like to enjoy apples. There's so many ways that people eat or use apples in our daily lives. Before I read my story today, which shows how these 2 boys are going to use apples as a craft, right? You can use them in art class too, apparently. Who knew? Before I read to you how people use them not only just for food, but also as a craft, I have a question for you. What is your favorite apple? Now, you don't have to get too specific. You don't have to say Gala or Honeycrisp or Granny Smith. Did you even know that there's so many names for apples? I'm asking, which is your favorite type to eat? A green apple, a yellow apple, or a red apple? What you're going to do is, in today's assignment, you've probably saw the 2 of my Google Slides, the one that got you to this video, which has all your activities for the day, and one activity and all rest of your classmates, both cohorts, voting for what's your favorite apple. And then during math class, we're going to get to look at the results and see which apple was the most popular. The apple's the most popular fruit. So let's see which type of apple is the most popular in our class. Let me show you how to get there. Okay, so I'm using A as an example. So on their first asynchronous day, there's normally going to be this Google Slides that has the activities and the videos. That's how you got to this video. But it also says here the best apple vote. Now, it's not going to make one just for you. You have to be very careful. This one you're sharing with the whole class. Let's see what happens. When you open it up, it will say, what is your favorite apple? Drag your name. Okay, so if my name is Ms. I'm not dragging Noelia's name, right? You have to drag your name. And if you make a mistake, ask an adult to fix it. That way every kid has their name there to vote. It says drag your name to your favorite apple spot to cast your vote. Ooh, so let's see what it looks like. Interesting. Here it has the green apple, the Granny Smith, the red apple, and yellow apples. Whichever one's your favorite, you're going to take your name and drag it over. Here, let me make one for me. Here, I'll use it. I know my name's pretty big, so I should probably use a bigger one. So I'll say Miss Remitz, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my apple to my favorite spot. You already have your names written up there, but all I have to do is click on it, and then you'll see what looks like a plus sign, right? I don't want you to, make it smaller by mistake. Never touch these blue squares. You're just going to drag it like you've been practicing on your Typing Tuesday and Typing Thursday to your favorite apple. Mine's the green apple. Make sure, so if you're Jacob, for example, and you're dragging yours, if you bring it over to green apple just like me, please make sure your name's not on top of mine. Look at that. I look like Miss Remitz, right? I want you to make sure that you leave enough space for you. It's okay if you cover up the picture a little bit, but we want to make sure that people know that that's green, red, and yellow. Well, my friends, that is how you're going to be moving your apple. And then at the end of the day, I'll be working with both cohorts, or on your math day in the afternoon for you, we're going to see who is the winner to the apples. So I'll count how many do green, how many do red, how many do yellow, and I'll type in here the number. So maybe 5, 1 here, and 10, 1 here, and 12, 1 here. I wonder which one's going to be the winner. Do you have a prediction? A prediction is your guess at which one will win. After you're done this video, listening to our cultural reasons we use apples and also my story, go into that apple page and tell us which one's your favorite. Just make sure you're only touching your name tag. All right, let's read Max and Mo, which are these two little hamsters. I love them. They are awesome characters. There's other books about them, but let's see how Max and Mo go apple picking, okay? Here we have Max and Mo go apple picking. Red, blue, that looks like yellow. I wonder why they have these jars out. Max and Mo go apple picking. Max and Mo were best friends. They lived in a school in the art room in a cozy cage. The big ones fed them corn. No more corn, they said. Who do you think the big ones are? Well, the big ones fed them corn. So looking here, it looks like they're a hand's dropping corn. So maybe these kids are what they call the big ones. And I wonder why they don't want corn. Max scratched his chin. How can we tell them? Mo scratched his ears. Oh, make a sign. No food, they shouted. But nothing happened. Do you think the kids can actually read what they wrote? The big ones were gone. Oh, so maybe they did write the signs right. But the kids are all the way out of the classroom. Mo read their sign. We went apple picking. Get ready for applesauce. Miss Remitz, you didn't even mention applesauce. There's so many apple candies, apple juice, apple cider. but mostly apple pie and candy apples are what I think of when I think of apple food. For us, they said. Uh-oh, I hope it's for them. I cannot wait, said Max. Let's go, said Mo. They climbed up. They slid down. Look how they're making a little escape. Apples? They sniffed. Ugh, not here, said Max. Here, said Mo. Hide. They watched. Apples got cut. Apples got cooked, and apple bits dropped. Ooh, apple bits, you know what that means. Seems the kids are back, though. I can't wait, Max ran out. Oh, no, cried Mo. Safe, they sighed. Oh, he almost got stepped on. Whoo, here they are wiping their forehead. Whoo. When the big ones left, they got busy. Max licked. Applesauce, yum. Mo picked apple bits, yum. We're apple picking, they said. Oh, so that's how they're going apple picking. They're just taking the apples that the kids already brought in. They took a knife and they each grabbed an end. Oh, just be careful, Mo. Up and down they went. Split, slip. Ooh, man, I'm doing good at my reading. Maybe I've been doing my 5-finger rule, stretchy snake, and eagle eye a little too much. Splash. Oh, no, it fell in paint. Lift. Flip. Flip. Oh, no, the apple that they were trying to eat, they spilled it into this paint. Hey, wait a second. That jar of paint looks a lot like the one that was near the cover of the book. And they lifted it up and paint all over it. Now they can't eat it. Ugh. And of course, it slipped out of their fingers. And they managed to get it on the paper. What do you think they're thinking of? What? We made an apple print. More. They cheered. Look, my friends. So they painted it. And they dropped the apple that had paint on it onto the paper. Now cut across, said Mo. Look, a star, they sang. A star? Why is there a star in the apple? Could it be the apple seeds? More! Now they're using the yellow and the blue paint. And look, they keep making apple prints on the papers. Done, said Mo. They held up their sign. Apple picking is fun. Look, the kids came back. I'd be happy that my hamsters knew how to paint, but also all my apples are ruined. The end. My friends, do you want to make apple prints? Here's what you'll need. So you're going to need apples, a knife, paper, and then you're going to use paint, right? So you cut it and dip it like they did and then press it down onto the paper and you'll have all sorts of designs. Hopefully you'll have the little star too from the seeds. Want to make applesauce? Ooh, here's what you need. Apples, a knife, water, a pot and stove to heat it up, and a food masher or a blender. So you can cut your apple, pour it in, and when you stir it and cook it for a bit, then you can mash it up and boom, you're done. So we've learned from these little hamsters how to make a craft using apples and how fun apple picking, right? They didn't really pick their apples. How apple picking can be such a great amount of fun. My first grade friends, I hope you enjoyed reading Max and Mo, and I hope you're coming up with all different ways that we use apples. Miss Remitz only told you 2, and then this book told us many more. So what other ways do you like to eat apples? Let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. I sound like a YouTuber. Well, make sure that you go show me what your favorite apple is. You can either do that now or at the end of your lesson for the whole day. But I can't wait to see what your votes are in the afternoon. Well, my friends, have a wonderful day. Bye.